That's why I love this game. There's always something weird going on. The central theme will be the video, as if it were about the constant occurrence of unexpected, funny, or strange situations in the game. That's why I love this game. There's always something weird. You just log into a server to have a quiet game, and 5 minutes later, you're standing on the roof next to a dancing noob, and for some reason, you're holding a chicken instead of a sword. And you're not even surprised. You just think, aha, Roblox again! Tell me, have you ever had a moment where you were just trying to do some parkour, and suddenly a giant pizza falls on you from above? And then someone appears and says, "That's my pet, don't touch it." Yes, moments like these are exactly why I play games. I had no intention of filming today. I just wanted to relax and run around a new world. But as soon as I appeared on the map, everything went wrong. First, some player wrote, "Don't go to the tree." Well, of course, I immediately went to the tree. And guess what? A giant hand emerged from the tree. I screamed, dropped the mouse, and realized it was time to start recording. This is why I love Roblox. You never know what's going to happen next. And then I decided to build a house. Cozy and small. Until I noticed my neighbor was building a giant replica of himself right across the street. And now, every time I leave the house, it's as if he's looking down at me, smiling his pixelated smile, and I feel a little uneasy. But I'm not complaining. In other games, you just build a house. But in Roblox, you live next door to a giant man, whose door is a portal to another world. Sometimes I feel like Roblox is like a dream. You wake up and don't remember what happened. But it was fun. Like yesterday, for example. I was playing a janitor simulator. Yes, there is one. You're mopping the floors, collecting coins, everything is calm. And then a helicopter falls on me from above. Just BAM! And the best part is, no one was even surprised. Everyone continued mopping the floors. I guess that's the magic of Roblox. It's like life. You never know what's going to happen next. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's scary, and sometimes it's just weird. But it's always interesting. That's why I love this game. There's always something weird. 1 minute your pet starts talking, then a chair suddenly flies to the moon. Then someone's throwing a wedding in hell, and the next minute, the wedding is on fire. And you sit there, looking at the screen, and think, this definitely isn't a script, it's just Roblox. All this time I've learned one thing. Even if you're in a bad mood, even if your day hasn't been going well, go to Roblox. There's bound to be someone there who's falling down the stairs into lava, or someone who's building a house out of donuts, and you'll forget you were sad. Because this game is like a crazy little world where anything is possible, and that's what makes it real. So if you too sometimes feel like everything isn't going according to plan, remember, in Roblox, weirdness is the norm, and maybe that's its magic. That's why I love this game. There's always something weird. And honestly, let it stay that way. Let's give it a like if you've had moments when you just said, "What was that?" If you think the only weird things about Roblox are the bugs, you're wrong. The most unpredictable thing about this game is the players. Sometimes I think Roblox isn't just a game. It's a theater where everyone has decided to play their role, but no one has read the script. For example, story 1, I log into a server just to build a house. And then a guy named Superboss228 comes up to me. He says, "Wanna be my sister?" Before I could even answer, he had already built a house next to me and signed a sign, "Sister's house." Then I realized, that's it, the role-playing life had begun. He then actually brought me food, asking, "Have you eaten?" And when I accidentally sold his furniture, he wrote, "You're not my sister anymore." And then he left the game. I still miss our family union. Then something else happened. I was playing a pizza simulator. Everyone was making pizzas, delivering them as usual. And then one guy started building a tower out of boxes. Just a tower. Everyone asks, "Why are you doing this?" And he replies, "I want to reach the moon." 20 minutes passed. The tower collapsed. He simply wrote, "I almost made it," and left. That's how Roblox legends are born. But the strangest story was in Adopt Me. I walk out and see a crowd. In the center is a girl, writing in all caps, "I'm selling air! Buy my air!" At first, I thought it was a joke. But no, she was actually selling empty inventory slots and writing, "Whoever buys air is rich in soul." And someone actually bought it for a pet. And I'm like, okay, I don't understand anything else about the Roblox economy. Sometimes I think Roblox is a reflection of the world. Only here, people are more honest. If you want to sell air, go ahead. You want to become a noob mayor of the city, or even the Potato King. Fantasy is key. I once met a girl named Lonely Cloud. She was simply standing at the edge of the map, looking out to sea. I walked up to her and asked, "Why aren't you playing?" She replied, "I'm waiting for the sun to set. It sets beautifully here." And we just stood there in silence, watching the square sunset in Roblox. No drama, no racing. Sometimes the weirdest people are the most genuine. And then there was this guy who claimed to be the server spirit. "Yeah, right!" He'd appear out of nowhere and write, "I'm the keeper of bugs." Everyone was scared. And then it turned out he was just an admin with a funny nickname. But in that minute, while everyone was shouting, "He's on the server!" I realized that Roblox really does have a life of its own. Sometimes I think people don't just come to Roblox to play. They're looking for a place where no one will judge them for being weird, where you can be whoever you want. And, that's wonderful. Final inspired. That's why I love Roblox, for its crazy, funny, weird, and kind people. You never know who you'll meet on the server today. A new friend, a meme genius, or an air seller. So next time something weird happens in the game near you, don't quit. Just turn on the recording, because that's when the real Roblox story begins. That's why I love this game. Always something weird, and always something real. If you've ever played Roblox, bugs aren't errors. It's a way of life. Seriously, sometimes it feels like Roblox isn't held together by code, but by pure miracle. And today, I'll tell you about the craziest moments when I just screamed with laughter. And sometimes I wanted to delete the game forever. Let's start with a classic. I log into Brookhaven. I just want to get in the car. And my character just climbs into the trunk himself. I press exit. He jumps and gets stuck in the air. Hanging! For half an hour, I flew around the city like a ghost on wheels. People were writing in the chat, "He's a hacker. He's levitating." And I just screamed, "No, I just wanted to go get some bread." The second story is Tower of Hell. If you know that game, you know that falling hurts. So, I'm almost to the top. One jump left, and bam, the character splits, legs spread out, and just slowly slides down, as if Roblox was saying, "No, today is not your day." I actually put my phone down then, and just stared at the ceiling. Sometimes it feels like Roblox is deliberately testing your patience. The third case is Adopt Me. I decided to fly a pet. I mounted the dragon, took off, and suddenly it disappeared. Gone. I'm falling down. And then, bam! I appear under the map. Under the whole world! All around is emptiness, and just me and my pet, stuck in the textures and spinning like a fan. At that moment I realized, maybe it was a portal to a parallel Roblox. But the most legendary bug happened in the game where you have to build a house. I put up a bed, then I put up a wardrobe, and then I went to bed. And you know what happened? The wardrobe went to bed with me. It just fell right on top! And now my character is lying somewhere in Roblox, forever sleeping under the furniture. After that, I was afraid to place objects for a week. Sometimes bugs are scary. One day, I joined a new horror server, and suddenly my arms stretched across the entire map. They were gigantic! But that's the magic of Roblox. Every bug isn't a mistake, but a little story. You don't get angry. You laugh. And you tell your friends about it. And they tell their friends. And that's how legends are born. Finale. Inspired, a little slower. That's exactly why I love Roblox. It's unpredictable. It glitches. It lags. Sometimes it does everything the other way around. But that's precisely why people love it. Because in every bug there's life. In every mistake there's fun. And in every crash there's a chance to start again. Smiling with his signature phrase. So if things haven't gone according to plan for you today, remember Roblox. Even the strangest bugs there sometimes become the best moments. That's why I love this game.